Greetings everybody, this is Leviathan here, and today I am especially happy to introduce you to the Diablo 3 unofficial solo self-found league. This video is going to explain essentially why we created this thing, how it's going to run, and essentially everything that you need to know to participate and hopefully enjoy it. We're going to be kicking it off in conjunction with Season 13, and I really want as many of you who appreciate and really want to have a purely solo leaderboard to join in and give this a go. And we'll be working on it maybe with more iterations and such as seasons go on. If it really takes off, if it's a really great idea, then I want to hear from you guys as to how you want to improve it, what you would change, what you enjoyed about it from participating. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump on in. I'm looking at the foundational document. This establishes the league, all the rules, anything that you would ever need to know in terms of how to submit a ranking, where to find all the leaderboards and such. So this is going to be your #1 spot for anything having to do with the league, and I'll put links to everything in the video description. I'll put this document, eventually I'll have the form and the spreadsheet, all that stuff once the league goes live. And again, that is starting with Season 13, which starts February 23rd, 2018, next Friday, a week from when you're viewing this, if you're catching it right when I release it. There'll also be in the video description a bunch of timestamps in case you want to just jump to certain things that we discuss. But essentially, you can see the goal here is to establish a solo self-found league, similar to anyone that knows about solo self-found from Path of Exile, or just trying to do it yourself within Diablo 3. We're just trying to codify it here and create a place where everyone can come together for a competitive play that is purely solo. Since it's not yet supported by Blizzard. And hopefully the idea here is that if there's enough popularity, if it goes well, maybe Blizzard will see this and incorporate it maybe into D3, but probably not, but maybe into their future game, right? So there's hopefully some hope. Hopefully hope. So once this goes, again, once the first season goes live for the league, which is, again, Season 13, all these links will become active. I'll fill in the submission form here, the official league ranking spreadsheet, and of course this video that I'm making right now will be this link, so if you need to ever reference back, you'll be able to do so there. Establishing the league is tied to seasonal play, so that means non-seasonal characters aren't eligible. Should make some sense. League seasons will begin whenever a new season officially begins for D3, and it ends when a D3 season ends. So that's why we're starting with Season 13. This will be the first time. This is going to be PC only, but also includes all regions, so Americas, Europe, and Asia. You are all eligible to submit rankings. There's going to be an FAQ at the bottom of this document, and it discusses why we're not going to take consoles on right now. The environments are essentially, for the short answer, the environments are just a little too different to have them all on the same tracking leaderboard, but maybe in the future we could expand to having a console version as well. We'll see how this goes first. You can do softcore or hardcore. You can do as many classes or characters as you want. And just for ease of tracking, when we're doing verification, which I'll get into in a moment, have SSF in your character's name. Now the rules. This is important because this will help you make sure that any entries that you're making for the league are actually valid and can be counted to maintain and stay on the spreadsheet. So in order to be eligible for the current league season, your seasonal progression has to be fresh. And this means you can't have done any grouping, power leveling, building up crafting materials prior to joining the league season. There is no pre-registration or anything like that. So that's kind of what makes this element so important, is that you can't have a bunch of group earned things and then start your solo self-found. It's going to be too hard to keep it all tracked and make sure that you're not using anything that you didn't get as a solo self-found player. So that's why we're really limiting this to keeping everything fresh. And you can do that with dedicating one mode or one server or one account to SSF. You can maybe play with your group friends on softcore and then have hardcore be your solo self-found, vice versa. So there's a couple of ways to do it, but it's very important that you maintain that pristine condition. You play the entire solo duration when you're in league season, so it's just solo. You can't join a game with other players in it for any reason. Don't go get bounty caches from someone else. Don't participate in greater rifts with groups. No power levels, it's solo only. That is the true spirit of the league. So everything earned on your own. If a group Greater Rift clear is found to be associated with your account during a season that you're participating in the league, then the admins cannot and will not accept any rankings from you for that mode, for softcore or hardcore, that the group clear is found to be on. So that's why I'm saying you could separate it out, right? You could have all the group clears you want on softcore, and that would not hurt your validity on a hardcore solo self-found. But say you're on hardcore, you're wanting to do solo self-found, as soon as you group, you invalidate any rankings that you would be able to present, because you've just now taken group earnings and, you know, put them into your account. So unfortunately that would disqualify you. Admins won't be able to police every single player or every single, you know, rule adherence here. So the honor system is in full effect. It's an unfortunate circumstance of this being unofficial. If there were Blizzard sanctioned tracking and stuff, then of course they could make it so that all these rules would automatically be tagged to your character, but we're establishing this. If you're going to participate, the hope is that you will make sure to adhere and abide by the rules. So if you have the capability, feel free to stream it as much as you possibly can for your solo self-found play, and then that can kind of back up your results, right? You're like, well, I streamed everything I ever did on solo self-found. There should be no doubt in my rankings and what I've done in the season. In line with cheating and such, there's the terms of service and the end user license agreement that Blizzard has given us. Those are 100% still valid in this league. There's no botting, no use of third-party software. That will not be allowed or tolerated. If anyone's found to be in violation, then your rankings will be removed from the spreadsheet. So we will be looking, we will be taking reports and such, and we'll get to that in a moment. So if you see anything, say something. And last but not least, you can complete the weekly challenge rift, you just have to do it solo. So in the same vein of getting the challenge rift at the start of the season and throughout the season, you can definitely go ahead and do that, just do it solo. Next up, community stuff. Currently, there is a text and voice channel, multiple voice channels in fact, located on Discord for people to discuss the solo self-found league. You can feel free to join that. Again, there will be a link to that in the video description, and of course a link here on the foundational sheet. So feel free to check it out. Each region, Americas, Europe, and Asia, has an in-game community that's entitled SSF League, and we encourage you to join it. You can go there and connect with the other players that are also participating in the solo self-found league. Maybe talk some trash, you know, keep each other company while you're playing alone. Because that is one of the things, of course, is you're going to be spending a lot of time in-game on your own. But that doesn't mean you have to isolate yourself from the world. You can still talk to your friends. And that's why we have the Discord voice channels. That's why we've established these communities for you. Don't have to necessarily leave your clan if you don't want to, but at least you have these communities to connect and keep that spirit of joking and fun going along, because that's the whole idea. It's supposed to be fun. So you can use the in-game community search to easily find the SSF League community for your region that you're on. Some people may also choose to create some solo self-found clans. We already know of a few for the Americas, SSF, FTW, and solo self-found in the brackets. As we hear about more, if you guys want to let us know if you're going to create one, I'll be happy to add it to the sheet here. Just give me the region and what the name of the clan is, and that way people can go into the game client and search for your clan and join up. Submissions. So this, of course, is important for how you report your rankings for your solo self-found clears. Players will fill out a Google form, which I'll show you in just a moment. Whenever you want to submit an entry for ranking, it tracks date, battle tag, region, mode, class, the greater rift, the time it took, a screenshot, and optional video. So these are all the things that you'll have to submit at the time that you put a ranking in, so that we can get verification of you actually clearing it, be able to research it if we need to for verification, and also to just, you know, show off that you are awesome and got a sick clear for solo self-found. The screenshot should be from your profile page, and I have an example here. So you can see I just went to my profile, which you can get to in-game if you do Shift P. And then you would go to your season, 13 in this case, then records, and then just let us get a screenshot of that so that we can see clearly what the Greater Rift was, what the time was, the date, all that pertinent info to confirm that you did what you did. And you can also submit a video if you so choose, and of course that's just more proof that you did it. And showcase to everybody that you're awesome at the game. And last but not least, if you want to retire, if you want to leave your rank up there and then go do group play, you know, make sure that you don't get invalidated if there's a verification later, just send us an email. It's d3ssfleague@gmail.com. And then that way we'll go ahead and hardline your ranking. You know, people will be able to look at that and know that that is your last ranking that you're going to submit for that league season, and you get to keep it. So that is how the submission process will go, and I have a bare bones example here for what the ranking tracker looks like, the spreadsheet. But first I'll show you the form. So this is the solo self-found submission form that you'll be filling out. Like I mentioned, email, date, battle tag, the region. I tried to make it as streamlined as possible so you don't have to type too much info in, because you'll probably be doing this a few times throughout the solo self-found league season. So just go ahead and get all these in. For the clear time, you can see it's like the minutes, the seconds, and then all those decimal points. In case we do have some ties, we'll be able to break them. The proof for the screenshot, preferably through an Imgur link. If you don't have an account, you can sign up, it's free. Video clear, YouTube, Twitch highlight, whatever you want. And these are optional. And then a Twitch stream, if you stream, then you can go ahead and do that and submit. And then it automatically will go to us, and then we would get it and be able to look at it through the ranking spreadsheet. So here are just a couple examples some of the admins have put in to test out the spreadsheet, make sure it's working properly. So this is essentially how you'll be able to look and track who's done what for the solo self-found league. When season 13 starts, this will be clear, of course, and then once you guys send in your rankings, then this will start to fill up. So you can see it's your battle tag, region, all the things that were on the form get automatically pulled in. And then this spot here for verification, that's where we will go ahead as the admins and make sure that what you've told us is actually true. Go into the game and check it, and then if you see a star, that means you know that result has been checked out and works and is perfect for the solo self-found league. If it doesn't meet verification, it'll probably be removed because it's either someone that submitted it but has done grouping, or, you know, cheated or something like that. So this will be kept up as often as we can. We have a group of admins that will hopefully do a bang up job in keeping the boards as organized and awesome as possible. And if you're not too familiar with Google Excel or Excel spreadsheets or anything like that, you can filter this for the different classes. So you can see here to sort for rankings, you go to data, filter views, and then pick the appropriate filter that you want to observe. So I set all these up in advance. You just go data, filter views. And so here's the one for the overall Greater Rift rankings. If I wanted to see only the barb results, I hit that, and then you can see it isolates it, so it's just the barbarians. If I wanted to see just demon hunters, it isolates that, it's demon hunters, and still ranks it, you know, from best to worst. So that Greater Rift 92 of course beats a Greater Rift 5 clear, and then the clear time 11:20, etc. So that's what you're looking at there. Should be good. And last but not least, verification. This is what I was talking about with the admins. There's going to be a team to verify results, make sure the league is operating smoothly and fairly. We'll be checking to make sure that players don't group, bot, or anything else that are against the rules or the spirit of the league. And like I was saying, this is essentially a community effort, right? Like this is something that you're choosing to opt into, choosing to participate in. So odds are you'd want to make it as fair and clean as possible. So if you see anything, if you want to file a complaint or an inquiry, you can reach the admins. Just send an email again to that same email address I mentioned previously, d3ssfleague@gmail.com. And then the last section here, and this will be updated as we get lots and lots of questions, because I'm sure there will be. Any frequently asked questions, pre-registration, like I mentioned, there is no pre-registration. Are there going to be rewards? That's something that we want to implement in the future, but as of right now, there won't be anything like super awesome. It'll just be the participation and the enjoyment of the league, but if we can get some support behind it and everything, if it goes well, then hey, could be some fun, exciting rewards for top players in the end. Why is it PC only? Like I mentioned before, is the answer to that. Can you submit rankings with the different classes or accounts? Yes. Conquest, that was something that came up too. We're not running with Conquest to begin with, because, you know, we could do that. We'd have like a separate spreadsheet to track it. We can even make up our own Conquest, like the first players to reach, you know, Paragon 1000 or something like that. That's definitely something I would like to do. But we want to just focus on the main tracking of the rankings with the Greater Rifts to start. And then as the league evolves, as solo self-found becomes more popular perhaps, then we can get more infrastructure behind tracking other things and really fleshing it out and making it really awesome. So that's pretty much it for me for today. I hope you guys are hyped for this. I definitely want to hear from you. get into the comments section and let me know if you have any questions, if you want to try this out, if you're tentative, how can I convince you? We really want to get this off the ground for season 13 and have some fun with it. Spread the word to your friends. I'm going to post this everywhere I can, Reddit, official forums, Twitter, Discord, everywhere. You should also spread it if you want to join in and have your friends play with you. Well, play the league with you. See what I did there? And just get the word out, because the more players we have, I think the more fun it'll be, the more competitive it'll be. And then make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'll be doing, again, updates, you know, maybe talking about the status of the league, things that we were observing, maybe calling out some highlights to what happened in the past couple of weeks of the league and stuff like that. So you want to be a part of all of that in the future. Definitely make sure to stay tuned to the channel. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Let's get some hype. Season 13 is just around the corner. I'm excited, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great night or a great day. Adios.